Today I am going to read The Importance of the Cat in Meditation from Paulo Coelho's Like the Flowing River. A great Zen master in charge of the monastery of Mayukagi owned a cat who was the real love of his life. During meditation classes, he always kept the cat by his side in order to enjoy its company as much as possible. One morning, the master, who was already quite old, was found dead. The oldest disciple took his place. "What shall we do with the cat?" asked the other monks. In homage to the memory of his former teacher, the new master decided to allow the cat to continue attending the classes on Zen Buddhism. Some disciples from neighboring monasteries who traveled widely in the region discovered that in one of the most famous temples in the area, a cat took part in the meditations. The story began to spread. Many years passed, the cat died, but the students of the monastery were so used to its presence that they acquired another cat. Meanwhile, other temples began introducing cats into their meditation classes. They believed that the cat was the only one actually responsible for Mayukagi's fame and for the quality of its teaching, forgetting what an excellent teacher the former master had been. A generation passed, and technical treatise on the importance of the cat in Zen meditation began to be published. A university professor developed a thesis academic community that the cat had the ability to increase human concentration and to eliminate negative energy. And thus for a century the cat was considered to be an essential part of the study of Zen Buddhism in that region. Then a master arrived who was allergic to cat hair, and he decided to remove the cat from his daily practice with the students. Everyone protested, but the master insisted. Since he was gifted teacher, the students continued to make progress despite the cat's absence. Gradually, monasteries, always in search of new ideas and weary of having to feed so many cats, began to remove cats from the classroom. Over the next 20 years, revolutionary new theses were written bearing persuasive titles like The Importance of Meditating Without a Cat, or Balancing the Zen Universities by the Power of One's Mind Alone and Without the Aid of Animals. Another century passed, and the cat vanished completely from the Zen meditation ritual in that region. But it took 200 years for everything to return to normal, and all because during that time no one thought to ask why the cat was there. How many of us in our own lives ever dare to ask, why do I behave in such and such a way? In what we do? How far are we to using futile cats that we do not have the courage to get rid of because we're told that the cats were important in order to keep everything running smoothly? Why do we not find a different way of behaving?